all my mulch. One of the obvious problems when you let your girls out to free range in your backyard is obviously that they're going to scratch. And you can see here on my mango tree that they have completely scratched all the peanut shell mulch that I put there. A lot of the peanut shell mulch as well too has got all their droppings in it. So I let that mulch sit for about a month in my little compost area, and then I put it onto the trees, act as mulch. But when I do let the girls out, they love to scratch, and unfortunately I now got to find a way or a method that I can prevent the girls from scratching my mulch, but allow the girls to get out and have a scratch in the backyard and free range a little bit. So today's video, we're going to look at how we can prevent the ladies from ripping all my mulch apart. So let's get into it. So what we're going to be using for our mulch for our beds before we section it off to protect it from our little chookins is what's called in the local raw materials supplier Aussie Bush Harvest. And you can see there that it's just a mix of mulched up different native timbers. A lot of it will be palm trees and green waste and the like, but it's quite a good mulch. It does retain that moisture, and you'll be able to see it break down over the course of a few months as well too. You'll find that a lot of the earthworms and bugs and whatnot will get underneath this, so the chooks will love to come and try to scratch that. So we do really need to protect that from the girls, but it's going to be great for our trees. So hopefully this is going to do the trick. So one of the other benefits about allowing your girls out to come and scratch is they've basically done half the job for you. They've raked and moved all the different mulch that you had maybe previously on your trees, and that's going to allow you the opportunity now just to tidy up the base a little bit and throw in the product of your choice. So particularly here in this very hot environment, it's very important that we want to try to keep the base around your tree as sheltered from the heat and keep as much moisture in as possible. So that's why mulching is very important, and the choice of your mulching becomes very important too. But back to allowing the chickens in to scratch. They've scratched the surface now clean for us, and now it's an opportunity for us to chuck in our mulch. So if you do have ladies and you are looking to re-mulch again, it's not a bad idea. Let them out maybe a day or so before, let them scratch back as much of the old product as possible, and that'll allow your soil to still keep some of the product that you had there previously around your tree, but then you can top it up yourself. So we'll chuck in some mulch now. We'll just level out the base, throw in the new product. When the girls scratch, they actually do scratch big holes in the area. So we just want to try to level out what we can. And remember, we want to try to keep off the base of the trunk of the tree. Okay. We've got a lot of this product as well too, so we are going to be fairly generous. Square shovels in round wheelbarrows don't really work. Now you can wear gloves again if you like, but I tend not to. I'm a little bit more old school, if you will. This tree here is my little Rio red grapefruit. I planted her during COVID. finish this wheelbarrow off. I planted her during COVID, and you can see already it's got lovely bits of new growth coming in, which is fantastic, and the sign of a good healthy tree. Remembering to keep a bit off our base. You don't want to get trunk rot, so we keep it off our base. And that's this tree done. After, I'm going to show you how to, or how I'm going to try to protect all this beautiful fresh product from our ladies. Again, so like we mentioned before, one of the benefits of having the girls come out and actually do all the scratching of the surface back for you is that they're able to allow that soil to be aerated, moved around, and ready and basically prepared for your next batch of mulch. So in this case here, we used a bit of sugarcane mulch. So we're now going to go through, we can feel there's moisture in there, which is lovely. I'm going to go through and move that around, much like my girls would. I just spread it around, so that way it's not going to clump up underneath the next batch of product I'm going to put down, and allow a little bit of that drainage also to happen as well. So here I am pretending to be a chicken. This here is my Lisbon lemon tree, and with this beauty, one day soon, hopefully we're going to get some lemons, and I'll be able to show you how to make some beautiful Italian limoncello, particular to the region where my family's from, which is Puglia. They do make some beautiful limoncello down there, and so when we do get the lemons, I'm going to show you my own special way of making it. So for our little method of separating the trees from the chooks, bought a 900mm garden stake from the local hardware store. Now I've cut that in half, because obviously I don't want this to be 900mm all the way around. That'd just be overkill. I don't mind overkill, but in this case here I still want the trees to be able to get a little bit of light air. So I've cut them in half. I've just cut one half on an angle, so they'll be able to stake into the ground as well too. So what we're going to do is we're going to put multiple stakes around. I'll fix the first one off to the fence rail, put them in intervals, and then we're going to wrap some of this hessian mat around it. And hopefully that should be enough of a height to be able to keep the ladies out and keep the mulch in nice and moist. So we're going to give that a crack now. Well, it's been a stinking hot day today here, So now we've got all the mulch down, we put up our little chook protection system. Now is a chance to let the chooks out and see if the ladies respond to my little system or not. So, moment of truth, let's go for it. Chook, 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 chook. Come on, girls. So now you can see in the background over here that I do have the chook separating systems in place, done with the stakes and the hessian. And we also let the ladies out for a little bit of a test run. And they're back to the mango with the old peanut shell that came out of the coop. Let's see how they progress as they travel further along down towards what we just installed today. Fingers crossed, let's see if it works. My lychee tree here is one that I didn't separate because normally, with it being so open and the goshawks flying around, the girls normally don't come out here, but maybe it is something that I look into putting the little hessian chook separator system over. Ah, get out of there, go on. You're testing out the other parts. Go on, chook, chook. Go on, chook, chook. The other way. Go on, chook, chook. That way. Don't just stand there. Go. Walk. The other way. Go. Go, chook, chook, chook. The girls have been out for a couple of hours now, and I don't know if you can see there underneath me, but the ladies have dug up a fair bit. And if we walk over towards where we have put in our little chicken separating systems, you know, it's nice and wet now as well too, but the ladies haven't scratched that at all, which is great. So I've also put this hessian sack over the compost, which I think is a pretty decent way of keeping all the vermin out and keeping the lid open. You can hear my son calling for me in the background over there. Coming, my boy. You can come out now if you like. Come on out. And that's my little Rio Red. So little Rio has been safe from the chooks. And the girls are just over here now having a light peck and a scratch around. But they haven't come and attacked the mulch around my trees, which I'm super stoked about. Just over here, I've left a little bit of an experiment. I don't know if you can see, but over here is the mulch for the mango, and here is the mulch that I put around my mandarin tree. So I just wanted to see if the girls really do go and have a good scratch at the mango, and if they do, I'm not terribly fussed, because it's going to improve the soil, which is quite rocky around that mango over there anyway. That mango is a feral mango. It's growing, but I'm not going to cut it off. I'm going to leave it to grow. If it can go to full height, even better. And if I can improve the soil a little bit with the chickens, then why not? But that's all from me for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and it's working, so I hope you get some good ideas out of this. Until next time, cheers. Thank you very much for watching. Tok, 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 tok. Tok, tok, tok.